Close the phone, didn't want to. Just gonna take a pick up a picture, guys. Okay, again. Good. Good. Okay, now I need to do the video. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. Continuing off, having a wonderful day. It is late AF. It is 3:30 a.m. on a Sunday. Today we're getting my new phone, so I'm super excited. I got a killer mukbang for you guys. But before that, I wanted to taste. So it's not a taste test. It's a guilty pleasure. It's President Choi coconut shrimp, one if not my favorite meal. And I just always think that when President Choice kills it with the good taste. So I'm super excited. One of my favorite products. We have the French, we have the English. Tender tail on shrimp with a crisp breading, made with coconut, accompanied with a perfect dipping sauce. Well, dipping sauce is not for me. Thank you so much. Breaded coconut shrimp. So I'm super excited. Again, I'm a big fan of seafood. Shrimp possibly is my favorite because the most accessible is the one that you eat the most, but it's also something that's delicious. My first time hearing about coconut shrimp, I was not impressed. And then, how did I get these? This is a crazy story. During the pandemic, we had a stimulus check. And there was more money that I was making at work. So I started eating some food that was a bit more fancy. And I remember exactly what I was doing. I was playing Cyberpunk during the pandemic, discovering the Bat Cave, or the illusion of Bat Cave. I remember thinking that these were so good. And years later, 7 years later, they're still as good. Just unbelievable. The warmth, the taste, the shrimp is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. The sauce, also the breading with the coconut. And the reason why these are so good is because get all three. Some shrimp, there's coconut, but it's not only coconut. There's always also a breading. Pan is in French, by the way. So these are fantastic. I think we ate the 2.5 minutes points. I think. Two to the 4. There's just a kid. Crown. Day 255. Good. I don't know why you're there, but still, I'm so sorry. Left, right. I am just a cage. Now we did the food review. And now we got the beautiful freaking mukbang. So now I have to check my glasses because it'll be hard to see. I got 7:29:54. 7:29:54. Perfect. I have to close the door before I get some mosquito, but I'm lazy. And we're starting a mukbang. So the mukbang, I'm super excited. It's gonna be crazy cool. Today we're eating some coconut shrimp. Super excited. We have not one but 2 games. And I want to talk about this. Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. People that don't know, on the original and the Nintendo 64. I want to say N64 and I said Nintendo, so I said Nint. Right? So the reason why we're showing off these is because not yesterday. I wanted to do tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna have my new phone. But you know what? I just couldn't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So today we're doing something that's gaming but also real life. So it's gonna go on both the gaming channel and on the normal channel, which I'm super excited for. So 2 days ago, there was a release on Nintendo panel. I was talking about Legend of Zelda. Now, I can't really react to the trailer because well, sadly, Nintendo is really pushy when it comes to the copyright, which is normal because Pokemon is possibly one of the most fan game made ever. So they got tired and go, okay, well, fuck everybody, right? But I listened to the trailer. Now, of course, we know the game because we played so often. Yeah, I'm fat. I'm fat. I'm fat. I'm a fat Zelda fan. I'm gonna showcase this, but this is a song. Just wanted you guys to think about. It's a quote from the game, but no, it's not a quote from the game. So yes, I'm a Zelda fan. A true and true Zelda fan. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, right? I'm not the most honest and most loyal Zelda fan. It's a whole story that I'm gonna tell you after I finish with this, because it's gonna be a long mukbang. So just enjoy yourself, just have fun. Eat, chill. So, with the trailer, it seemed like a really refurbished Zelda. The quality of the graphics sounds insane, looks insane. The game itself is looking fantastic, and this is kind of crazy because we're started in a remake era with the Final Fantasy VII, the Resident Evil. They just announced Veronica, which is a game that is how many years old, you know? So, also the subject, right? But the game looks fantastic. Now, I'm sort of worried. First of all, it's on the Switch 2, which I don't have. But what I was seeing was a really cool meme. People were hearing the song of Viral, which is not something viral. It's a song. This is gonna be a long video, I'm telling you. So you better be ready, guys, because this is gonna be long AF. And the song is Saria. Now, the reason why, because in Zelda, okay, so the game Zelda, you would think that the Zelda lullaby would be the most important. Tum tum tum, da-da-dum tum tum, tum 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 tum, da-da-dum. Or even the Song of Time. Ta-da-da-ta-da-da. No. Say da-da-dum, da-da-dum, the Song of Storm. Dum 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 da-da-dum dum da-da-dum dum da-da-dum. No. They chose to showcase that song. Why? Because Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask goes hand in hand. Now, my name is Vendetta. This channel is Project Vendetta. So it's a completely different thing, right? But if you look at the main channel, see that there's so much content on Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. These two games were my favorite. They're so instrumental. I heard people say about how a show wired their brain. For me, it was Ocarina of Time. It's so weird because Ocarina of Time is often how I deal with the world. Majora's Mask is how I deal with myself. But yeah, to come back to what I was saying, they play Sarah's song. Sarah's song, which is super important because Majora's Mask is about, and that's in the forest. Well, the healing song. So, the specialty of the healing song, and I even have a ocarina of time. No, I want to learn how to play it. I haven't got around to it yet. Now that I'm looking for it, I'm not gonna find it, of course. Fuck, man. Clean the house once in a while. Sorry. It's around here somewhere, for sure. Fuck, man. The worst, I feel like I saw it today or yesterday. Dude. Yeah, the apartment needs cleaning. Well, guys, I'm sorry to say, I'm too lazy to find it. Too lazy to find it. Sorry, guys. I disappointed you. I disappointed myself. It's gonna be far. What are you doing, Ink? People are waiting for you. Be respectful of people's time, bro. The worst time when I find it when I'm not looking for it. You know what I mean? Anyway, swear to God, we have an ocarina. And I was planning to learn it, but it seemed extremely complex. So yeah, so the craziest thing with that is Ocarina of Time, once again, how impactful it was. And the first game that was musically instrumental to me. You play an instrument. Butter Fire was my favorite. But then you also had a song, the Song of Storm, which is crazy because it implies that the guy that teaches you the song learned it from you. It's that way. So the way it wires my brain. Now, like I was saying, I'm not gonna play the game because I'm gonna take the 64 version here, and to me, it's perfection. Not to the minute details, you know. But then, the two games come in hand. From Sarah's song, who goes, ta-da-dum, ta-da-dum, ta-da-da-dum, 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 to the Song of Healing, which is ta-da-da, na-na-na. And then you realize that the Song of Healing entire song upside down. And Termina and I roll are upside down. She realized that the importance of it. But I'm so excited to watch people play it because the game looks fantastic. However, I got a lot of I got a lot of fear about that. You see, Ocarina of Time, I think the game people are gonna censor. It's pretty PG. And the beauty of Ocarina of Time is, playing as a child, playing as a adult, the difference. I mentioned this, and I did at least 10 videos on this subject. And I never did that before. You know what? I'm gonna tell you another secret. My top 5 game ever, which was my first gaming mukbang. My son asked me to do the list. Why Majora's Mask? It's super simple. So Ocarina of Time was very meaningful to me. But it was a small problem. When I was a kid, I was afraid of Goma. So what I would do, I would go all the way to the boss fight, and then restart. If you know, that's 20 minutes of the game. 20 minutes, not a lot, right? So by the time that I had played Ocarina of Time, I was still too young. I was 12, 13. And I didn't really understand the magic of it. Majora's Mask, I'm going to tell you another story that's incredible. As a kid, Majora's Mask was way more accessible. Because if you guys remember the first boss, it's sort of like Aztec warrior. Not half scary. But then, something happened. It was a true story, swear to God. I left the intro play too long. And if you know, in the Nintendo 64 version, I haven't even played the 3DS game. At the end, what happened is, the whole time, what you're doing is, looking at Termina. And at the end, what you see? The music changes. It becomes creepier. And then you see this cool kid. Which is fantastic. But really, really badass. And then there was the elemental aspect of it. After Majora's Mask, I became obsessed with the moon. I became embracive with the beauty. I was like, dude, you can look at the moon and not get hurt. You can look at the sun, you get hurt, you know? The moon is your friend. The mask. I became obsessed with masks. Next to the mirror, a mask. As a kid, I became obsessed with mask because of the Majora's Mask, you know? And again, when I talk about gaming, the game that I talk about a lot was Zelda. The craziest thing with Zelda was until, I'm going to be completely honest, until Elden Ring. I couldn't think about another game. Now, this is true but not true. I had a very big liking for Pokemon Silver. But Ocarina of Time was a more complete game. You know? And it was just beautiful. It was just incredible. Like, at a point, mesmerizing, but also so beautiful. Like, I remember in the apartment. So, true story, I'm a gamer. I don't give a fuck about outside. I don't care about outside. Outside can suck it. Then I started making content, and like, you know what? Looking at this the whole time is uninteresting. Let's go outside. So when I went outside, I started paying attention to my surrounding, i.e., the sky, but also the cloud. And I remember watching the cloud at Ocarina of Time and going like, wow. And watching the cloud and thinking about Ocarina of Time. It was such an immersive game. It was my first open world. You can go to the... And when you think about it, it's not big. It was what? It was long range. It was the Lost Wood. It was Mountain of Death. It was Kokakiriki Village. It was Hyrule. It was the Zora Domain. It was the Mountain of... Death Mountain. But in that, what you had so much. You had the Doki Tree. You had inside Jabu Jabu. You had the Dongo Cat Cave. You had, and when you think about it, the Dongo Cave was the real dungeon, because in one you're in a tree, and in one you're in a fish, you know. And even then, the story about it was insane. My father, the person who raised me, which was the Deku Tree, Link, which is us, the main character, gets bullied by the other Kokiri because he doesn't have a fairy. The only one that protect us are Saria and Deku Tree, you know. Our father is sick. He tells us, "Hey, Link, I need you to, you know." And he tells you, you could never save me. I was dead before you came in. I just wanted to test you if you were ready to go. You cannot save your father. And then you save a fucking fish. And you're like, what was the point of that, you know? What was the point of it, you know? But then it meant a lot for the Zoras. So you couldn't help your people, but you could help everybody else. And then the biggest secret is revealed. The biggest secret is revealed by whom? Which is also a crazy thing. The biggest secret is revealed by whom? By a kid of the Kokiri. That you were not a Kokiri. You were an alien since day one. You know? Oh, Majora's Mask, don't get me wrong. I love Majora's Mask. But the better game is Ocarina of Time. So it's very complex. I think Majora's Mask is beautiful. Majora's Mask, the story is better. The subject are better, the world building is better, the characters you meet are better. Ocarina of Time is just a more complete game. You get the feeling that you have so many different elements. You get a feeling that you have so many different, like, entity. Majora's Mask is, again, a great day, but then you realize that you have the same 3 days. So then it's kind of cool because this is part of the game. This is the importance of the game. The importance of the game of, listen, I got 3 days. My goal is to save Termina. I can't save everybody. I can save some people, but I can't save everybody. So who am I saving, right? And then the coolest thing, which is unbelievable cool, is the first achievement system of my life. You had a credit scene for Majora's Mask. And in Majora's Mask, if you didn't get the correct mask, if you finished the quest, it wouldn't give you the cutscene. It would give you the mask. You didn't help that person. Go help them. It was impressive. The fact that the boss at the end, Majora's Mask, was sort of hard. But then it would be so easy if you got all the masks because you got the fierce deity. Who was the first deity? See, Majora's Mask, also, with Zelda. So in my opinion, and I'm going to say something that's disgusting, and I'm sorry for that, but in my opinion, I don't really differentiate Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. For me, they're one and the same entity. They're a prologue and a sequel. You know? So, the fact that I was gonna say? The mask. The people within the same 3 days. You could save some people, but not. Yeah, again, the fact that you couldn't save your father, you save a random fish, which was more important. The fact that in Majora's Mask you have the choice to save everybody, you know? And like, okay, well, you know what? That's the thing. If you look back at its history, one of the most popular nerd thing, which is comics. If you look at one of the most popular hero in a comic, it's Clark Kent, it's Superman. Superman, fathers die from a heart attack. And although he's Superman, and although he can do everything, and he can save everyone, and he lifts a building up, he couldn't save his dad. And what is the lesson that he learned? Cannot save everybody. The fact that Link goes through depression, he doesn't know who to talk to because he has the memories of saving Hyrule, but nobody knows that he did it. And you kind of brag about it. And the goal is not to brag about it, but the goal is to be like, dude, I've lived some shit. I need to talk to someone. I got hella trauma. And there's nothing wrong with trauma, but he's alone. And then the reality of Twilight Princess, where Ganon kind of evade. The seven in Ocarina of Time is also that. You know, it's kind of crazy. Because again, it's the video that I made, and this is the video. You can see that I'm thinking out loud. And you can see that I don't prepare shit, and you can see that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Well, I kind of do, but not so much. And you can see that it's kind of like a free will thinking, right? And then it hits you that I discovered this by asking myself question. I don't talk alone. Surprise, I know. So in that sense, I'm kind of like a link from Ocarina of Time. I have somebody to talk to about that. Who's gonna care about a game that's 20 years old? More than that. What was it? It was 1995. I was 2 years old. I was 2 years old. And then it's insane. It's insane because the impact that it has, you know? And then you realize it. You see that Ocarina of Time is definitely the lighter version of the two. You see that Majora Mask is super dark, talks about death. You're basically fighting a demon versus a dude that could transform into a